Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tellor Deep Dive, April something.
Tellor Deep Dive.
No, it's not a Tellor Deep Dive. It's
What is it?
Tellor Dev Call.
Oh shoot. Surprise deep dive.
Grill you guys. Yes. All right. So it should be an exciting week. Relatively boring week, I think, as you can tell, from not many people here, but we're getting a lot of stuff done. It's still just a lot of integration work.
Yeah.
Getting people up and running. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. Um, yeah, had a call with the Lossless guys today. So if you are a customer and you're watching this, they do monitoring services, and they're trying to reach you. Basically it's not expensive. It's like $50 a month, and they'll monitor your smart contracts for you and give you alerts and stuff like that. So if you're interested in using them, they're starting to monitor a lot of the Tellor events, and you can set some certain threshold and stuff. So it's a cool service. So give them a look. Other than that, yeah, we'll just get kind of right into it. Other news: we are up on Sepolia, the test net. So as most of you guys know, Gorley is slowly being deprecated, or very quickly being deprecated, I guess, because of all the token issues. So if you are doing a lot of testing on Gorley, we'll still support you, but we'll probably be slowly deprecating it with Ethereum. And then we'll be trying to push all the new people who are trying to do just testing on Ethereum over to Sepolia. So keep that in mind. Faucet works much, much better. Things like that. Like you can go request like one whole Sepolia ETH from the faucet. That's how it should be. But
I'll have to find that puzzle.
it's the alchemy one.
Oh.
It's good.
I'll get the contracts on the docs today.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to tinker.
Anyway, all right.
We still have to get it added to Telliot, right? Is that still like I didn't check?
Sepolia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's PRs needed in both, I think.
Cool.
I haven't looked since last week, but Telly kind of volunteered to do a release. Sounds like you need to do one in Telly Core first.
Right on.
All right. Yell at Tally.
Tally. Oh, he's not here.
He's not here. All right, Dan, how's things going?
Good. I made a pull request for the auto test stuff that is running right now, and now I'm trying to get the CoinGecko API in there.
All right. Yeah. Let me know if you need help. So
Okay.
Cool. Owen.
It's an exciting week. So last week we had a call with Frank and we're both essentially trying to wrap up our individual pieces, like us for the contract side, and that's mostly just going to be like me making changes based on Tim's feedback. I have a couple of PRs for him to review, and then also Frank's and Pawan are wrapping up their like pallets side of things. So in theory, we can move on to benchmarking, which is just like coming up with the actual costs for running each of these XEM calls. And then also like integration tests between our two major pieces, which will be the more, I think, complicated part. Yeah. So that's
Watching the video, this is the deployment on Polkadot he is talking about.
yeah. And it's cool because we get to try to run tests between like multiple chains and stuff and use some of their, bleeding edge stuff that they're working on. So
Yeah. So when do you think it'll be live on one of the test nets, or making our own test net or something?
I don't know how long the benchmarking and stuff takes. So I don't actually know. But we're gonna be starting on it like
This week.
next week, I think.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah.
Nice. Ryan, anything?
Need to look, still talking to Gold Sky, need to pop back in with them. I think they were had an early weekend start. This is regarding getting Chiato up on data feed, and then I'm going to look into Zondax that you brought to my attention about Filecoin.
Nice. Cool. Spotty.
Working on end of last week, I was still working a lot on trying to make sure we're supporting Mimicry's data.
The NFT Go, is that you have requests now or no? That's just,
I kind of had to stop reporting because we have to pay for NFT Go.
how much is it?
It's for as many requests as I'm making. It's gonna be a lot. It's like 300 a month or something like that.
Maybe, yeah. We can talk to him. See.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm making a lot of requests, like more than a normal reporter would make, because I reporting on all the feeds on the test net, and we're
Well, how often
testing
does it
on mainnet
update?
too. They tipped hourly. Actually, yeah, and I don't know. Well,
So could you just like scale it back down to like calling NFT Go at once hourly?
if Akram was here, I would ask. I don't know.
You should be able to.
Because their website says I made 100,000 requests in 3 days.
Sounds like you're reporting more than hourly.
Yeah, well, it's checking the Tellor is probably pulling the numbers like
Okay.
every
Yeah.
time it updates, rather than pulling the numbers when it's ready to submit.
Well, is it on a
That's
price
how it's
threshold, the tip?
There's an hourly and a price threshold.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, we could probably just slow it down to get in the limits. So, all right, work with Akram whenever he gets back.
So yeah, we're hitting that API pretty hard. I got some questions from a guy in the Discord that I'm typing up answers to. I'll probably ask you guys off camera about that. Yeah, getting into some more complex shell scripting for my testnet reporting. That's about it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sweaty.
By complex, I mean it's gonna be like multiple lines.
Sick.
Yeah,
You're like a dev. You're like a dev now.
I'm trying.
It's like, yeah. Mike, anything? Or are you doing the Cadena thing? Got that.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else? Brendan, need anything? All right. Ryan, any questions?
Yeah, Chewy is looking for an update on the Diva integration. Says he knows they're taking their time, but it seems very exciting.
I think they're still in audit, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think they're also patiently awaiting the audit results. Those can just take some time.
Vlad said he wants to get, or he was asking about getting his data integrated into the DVM, so that DVM could monitor their, in particular, their governance contract address.
Yeah, no, that'll be Tally. But that's actually, they're doing the EVM call with that. So Tally is currently working
Yep.
on that. I think it's like testing phase now. So tell Vlad it'll be good. But yeah, no, we're excited about that one too. Hopefully it'll, I don't know who's gonna launch. Who's gonna be the next person to launch for us? It'll be
I think Mimicry.
Mimicry?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're really close to having Mimicry buttoned up tight. Data looks good. It's just a matter of testing everything to make sure it's working like exactly right.
Well, like there's Bytes Masons and then Badger.
Is Bytes Mason's thing live?
Right, like I don't know.
don't
Like they
know.
might be live.
I it sounds like they're like turning it on slowly, like people are depositing money in the stability pools for their thing.
Yeah.
It's on Optimism.
So they might be live.
Called Ethos
Reserve.
Reserve. It's kind of like Liquidity, but it's multi-collateral, and it's going to use Tellor. It's using Tellor.
It is using Tellor on
They're
Optimism.
tipping
yeah.
on Optimism. It's really, since like we don't follow everything that's going on with all of these projects, I don't know if it's live yet completely.
Yeah. Anyway.
Might have briefly talked about it, but if you want to just give a little TLDR regarding the Mimicry tips drying up. I assume it's because they're just still testing.
It was where they were kind of like, they tipped on mainnet because there's other users tipping on Mumbai, and like there's a lot more testing happening on Mumbai, and there wasn't really anything happening on Polygon mainnet, so they tipped on mainnet to see exactly how it would look. And those were kind of like test tips on mainnet. When we get everything ironed out, they'll fund them again, I think.
Yeah, and if you're a reporter watching this, I wanted to, don't know, we maybe ask in the channel too, but some people have contacted us and they're like, hey, can you just monitor and report my data every half hour, and like that way I don't have to tip and I'll just like pay you $1,000 a month. Like people have asked us to do that. We don't, just for anyone watching, we don't do that as a team. Like we're not like, oh, you know, service that you can pay off chain and we'll push data on chain for you. Like,
we definitely don't want to be like providers of core.
Yeah, that's like we just make a protocol. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And hopefully it works. And if we make the incentives right, it should be able to work. But people have asked just because they don't want to do the decentralization thing. You know, like as far as setting it all up on chain, they're fine just using Tellor as smart contracts, and then they'll pay you a reporter $1,000 a month or whatever to keep the data alive.
Would it make sense for the projects to ask the reporters in our public Discord?
For sure.
Like just come to the public Discord and be like, hey, would anybody be interested in being our data reporters for whatever a month or something?
Yeah, or if you're a reporter and you're like semi clean shaven and present well, yeah, and we can show you off without being embarrassed, let us know and we would love to do that.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, and if you're really new to Tellor watching this is, you know,
this is your chance.
It's common knowledge if you've been around for a while, but we don't really have a relationship with the reporters. It's like a network of reporters of people we don't know. They just compete for the rewards because it's profitable.
Yeah, like the only time we ever hear from them is like if something breaks.
Yeah, if somebody gets disputed, this guy we've never heard of who's been reporting.
Making thousands of dollars
Making thousands of dollars on Tellor data will pop in the Discord like, hey, I got disputed. What the hell is going on? And we're like, well, okay, we don't know who you are, but okay.
Yeah. Any others?
And that's how we like it.
Yes. we don't want to talk to these people.
That's it.
Okay, super cool. Yeah, stay tuned. Obviously lots of fun stuff, and then hopefully once these projects do go live, we'll be reaching out and hopefully bringing them on the community calls if they're
then you'll see
if they're decent.
You'll see the tweet where it's like, hey, this project's using Tellor.
But obviously this is not financial advice. We have had people who use Tellor rug users in the past.
They're not bombs.
Yeah, so don't just because they're using Tellor, it doesn't mean it's good investment. But anyway, we should talk to you guys later.